Elon Musk has revealed his rationale for why Twitter has become X. Writing on the platform yesterday, he said Twitter was acquired by X Corp both to ensure freedom of speech and as an accelerant for X, the Everything app. This is not simply a company renaming itself, but doing the same thing. The Twitter name made sense when it was just 140 character messages going back and forth, like birds tweeting, but now you can post almost anything, including several hours of video.
Musk goes on to say, quote, "In the months to come, we will add comprehensive communications and the ability to conduct your entire financial world. The Twitter name does not make sense in that context, so we must bid adieu to the bird."
And this was in response to a tweet. I'm still calling them tweets. I don't know. You suggested need. I don't know what word.
That's for threads.
Exits. Zeets.
Zeets. That's what someone
Is that what they're
suggested.
saying?
Yeah.
I think it's going to stay tweets. Sorry. I mean, look, I still call Facebook mostly rather than Meta. So it's not any dig at Elon, but some kind of brands are hard to change for a reason. Anyway, this post by someone was making a list of all the brands that have kind of changed their names. So I take Elon's point. I get his vision. His vision is he's long dreamed of creating X, this app for everything, for all, instead of having all these different apps. But here's the problem, because nobody goes and deletes old apps. They just hang on forever. Rarely do you delete your account for something else. I barely use Facebook, but it's still on my phone. I still browse it every now and then, and so on and so forth. I really almost never use TikTok, but I have a TikTok account. I think I have the app on my phone, that sort of thing. But his vision is this one site, this one app for everything. And that's why he acquired Twitter, and it doesn't make sense to call it Twitter anymore. And that's his philosophy. Everybody obviously I think even a lot of his supporters were mocking it yesterday because Twitter was a popular and successful brand on its own that has decreased in value somewhat since his acquisition. But it seems like this has been his plan for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. We were all like, why are you naming it X? That's a weird kind of a dumb name.
But he likes X. He likes the name
He
X.
loves X. We didn't like it, but I don't know if it's reassuring for all of us to be upset about a dumb name. And he's like, oh, don't worry. We're just making a super corporation. We're actually going to do everything and take over everything. It's very meta of them, and not in the metaphysical sense, in that they are copying off of Zuck's playbook and also Bezos' playbook, right? Except Bezos was really quiet about it. He's like, I'm slowly going to merge with and buy up all of these other companies to create this big thing, Amazon, which somehow does everything, right? Elon wants this to be photos, videos, television, blogs, quick takes, news, a bank, a literal bank where you conduct your business, which was his original venture back in the day. His problem there was you could access anyone's bank account if you just had their number. Big security flaw. Then he joined PayPal and was kicked off as CEO because they thought he would bankrupt the company. I don't trust Elon to run everything. This feels like a narcissist, vanity project. I want to be like Jeff Bezos. I want to be like Zuckerberg. I want to do everything. I want to be that guy. It feels like there's no vision here. It's just, I want to own the X thing, the big company that does everything.
Well, I don't agree with that. I mean, he wants to create that company. I see the vision. He's obviously built successful companies before. He's the world's richest person or second richest person for good reason. He's successfully built Tesla, SpaceX, etc. He clearly, I think he can't just, he's a very eccentric person, and I'm not sure I agree with all the decisions, all the changes he's made to Twitter. But I think it's wrong to just write him off as some crazy person who doesn't know what he's doing, because he has successfully done this before. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I think he's to make it the everything app. What I'm seeing the issue is going to be, he wants it to be the everything app, but he has also made it, as we discussed yesterday, a place that's a lot more for conservative speech. Obviously, Tucker Carlson has launched a show on Twitter. We're seeing a lot more content from conservatives. Again, I think it's great that they are no longer being suppressed as they were under the previous Twitter regime. I'm glad we learned a lot more about the decisions that led the previous regime to do this very, very bad censorship. And it's fine if Elon wants to buy this company and turn it into a conservative media organization. But a conservative media organization and an everything app are two different things, because obviously if it's a conservative media company, then there are like a lot of people who are not conservatives who are not going to want to use it. Like a lot of people wouldn't want to use Fox News as their banking hub because they don't like Fox News. There are a lot of people who do like Fox News and they would, but it's not going to be everything for all people if it's on one side or the other. Another issue is this a colleague of mine, Emma Camp, who's been on the show, pointed this out to me. Can we put this tweet up on screen? How much this new X logo, look at this, looks like everything else.
Yeah, we're just going black and white now.
Like, imagine trying to pick on your phone, which you'll click the wrong one so much.
Yeah.
So that was another advantage of the bird that's been put out to pasture, put out to that big nest in the sky.
Yes, I think, Elon is a fraud. I don't say that because he's a weird guy. I say that because
I think he is a fraud.
If you look at every acquisition or every rise to CEO he's had, it's come through via a weird legal negotiation where he didn't work his way up and get appointed by a board on his merits. Mm-hmm. When he decided to buy Tesla, because originally he sold the financial company he had for online banking with the security flaws so bad you could access anyone's account just with their account number. Still, this was a space where people really wanted to dominate and be the front runner like PayPal did. So these businesses got acquired. He got acquired for $180 million. That's a good chunk of change. He decided to buy Tesla. He was not the founder or the original CEO. He bought it from Mark Tarpenton and Martin Eberhard. Right? Those were the original founders of Tesla. And then he decided in the legal documents to appoint him as CEO. And then he did a bunch of news appearances. And he lied on an application for government subsidies, saying he already had the technology developed for electric cars, then got the $451 million from the government. That is what he created Tesla with, based on a lie that he had technology that he didn't have already. And now Tesla's profitable. Why? Selling carbon credits, not because they've created a profitable business model selling the Tesla cars. And so I think Elon has lied his way to the top, and he didn't buy Twitter with cash on hand. He bought Twitter with a loan leveraged against the Tesla stock, which he skyrocketed with his public presence on Twitter, saying, hey, everybody, we're going private when we hit 420. You can't do that. It's illegal to announce you're going private on Twitter without telling the shareholders. And so he's risen to his position of power and prominence and created this idea that he's this brilliant businessman.
Kind of it's all vibes.
A bunch of fraud, it's all vibes, not good vibes, but it is vibes.
Well, I'm no big fan of subsidies in general, industry, any kind of subsidy, so I would not have greenlit those. Not a big fan, but I don't know. I have a hard time believing that he just hustled or lucked or scammed his way into this position, but maybe that's me being naive.
By being a very good hustler and scammer, Robbie. He is very good at it. I'll give him that. Well,
we'll keep following the development of X, including what we're supposed to call tweets now. I think they're still going to be just tweets here on Rising for a while. Zeets. More Rising right after this.